Hello, Captains. This is Kent again, and welcome to the Flight Show. Well, today I'm doing a flight by request. I got a request from VidMix Now about doing a flight from Miami, Florida to Puerto Rico, and so I'm putting that flight together. Trying to do this since I have an afternoon to do some flying. But I also wanted to incorporate something that I've added to my flight simulator, which is Black Blue Marble, or rather Black Marble, which is a program that changes the lighting in the global universe for Prepared or Flight Simulator 10 or Steam Edition. And as you can see, the lighting in the distance is a bit different of a quality that is normally in Flight Simulator. In fact, I am a huge fan already. This is something I think you must have. It's not the first thing you need to get to enhance your experience, but I believe having this lighting effect will make you want to fly at night more often, because it's really just looks that beautiful. Now, I do not know why my gate is not coming up to my airplane, so we're just going to have to roll with that. We'll still be using JSX, and we're flying. This is 5 in the morning, so we'll fly from night into day, so you can see the Black Marble, but then we can also see the beauty of the airport, because I have the Payware Airport for Puerto Rico as well, so you'll be flying into an early morning. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now, since this flight is not going to be a tutorial, I'm not going to bog you down with all the procedures, loading loading the CDU and so forth. We're just going to get going, but I am going to at least let you see me get off to a good start. I'm going to be using FS Crew, so we're going to throw this in here, and let's see. No, wrong one. It's dark. I can't even see what I'm. There we go. Bring that up, and we'll at least get on our way. Alright, so I'll bring you back when some things are kind of, moving. Alright, talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so I've got all the navs loaded up. Our first officer is out for his walk around, of which he should in any second now be letting me know that he's back from the walk around. And soon after that, the flight attendant will be asking, can we board? And which is wonderful, so we'll keep it moving. In fact, a couple more? Couldn't be more than 20 seconds. So again, I'm kind of annoyed about this jetway. I really don't know why it's not making it do what it do, but maybe I just picked the wrong gate. Auto dock, 21, door 2. Anything happening? Nothing.
I'm back from the walk around, and no problems.
Excellent, other than our jetway, but that's not your fault. Alright, so let's just fast forward a bit. He's going through his flight operation, so I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Okay, so our flight attendant will be asking us for boarding pretty soon, so looking forward to that, and we'll get going on our way.
Here are some water bottles for you. The security and safety check are complete. Are we okay to start boarding?
Yes.
Thanks. Clear to board.
Alright, so then we will get this going. Request boarding. And as you can see, no jetway can operate at this position. Well, at least even GSX knows that. But we will at least have our animations for getting our, baggage and cargo on board. So that's fine. We will not have the animations of passengers. Unfortunate, but we'll live with that. Okay, I will bring you back when we are more into the boarding process. Okay, so our baggage has just arrived, so we just have the pleasure of watching these particular animations as things get going. to admit, I really do like the cosmetic changes they made to GSX. Aside from just version 2, it is really nice with the PBR effects, the various ground crews. Because if you didn't notice, let me zoom this in right fast. Sorry. Darn. The closer I get, the harder it is to do. Let me do this by the mouse. You got a woman driving the truck, and opposed to just this canned coin, same person all the way, through all the things. You now have women driving, you have various people of different ethnicities. I mean, it just makes it that more realistic, that much more immersive. Love it. Alright, so we'll take you through a little bit more of the boarding and loading animations, and then we'll get out of here. Now you may notice that the cargo that's being loaded is American and not United. Well, there's a simple explanation for that. United wasn't an option. So what are you going to do?
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off the gate. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. It'll be a left seat takeoff using rated thrust, planning a flaps 20 takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. As for the safety brief, if I decide to stop the takeoff, I will call stop. You will monitor my actions and call any omissions. I will close the thrust levers, raise the speed brakes, and apply maximum symmetrical reverse thrust consistent with the conditions. You will nominate the symmetrical pair if appropriate. I will utilize the RTO function of the auto brakes. If you call auto brakes, I will apply maximum manual braking. You will note the speed and notify ATC. I will bring the aircraft to a complete stop before calling for the appropriate QRH checklist. If I continue the takeoff, I will call go. With the gear selected up and safely established in the climb, you will restate the failure. I will fly the aircraft, engage in autopilot, and call for the appropriate checklist when safely established in the climb. We are under our maximum landing weight, so we're okay to make an immediate return. Okay, all going well, the departure routing will be via the ATC assigned SID, compliant with all published speed and altitude restrictions. No noise abatement procedures required. Flight directors are on. Mine is master, yours is slave. Navigation radios are set. NOTAMs and aircraft defect log have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
Okay, one thing. I started the departure brief before I changed it to flaps 10 because that's what we're doing, so there's a discrepancy there, so don't be looking for that. We're doing a flaps 10 takeoff. Okay, so the baggage is complete. As you can see, the doors are starting to close. In a moment, we will be moving into our before start procedure, but one thing that we need to do is say hi to the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the cockpit and flight crew, we'd like to extend a warm welcome aboard this aircraft. We know that you have numerous choices in air carriers and are pleased that you have chosen us to fill your air travel needs. If there's anything that we can do, please contact one of the cabin flight attendants.
Alright, we're just going to move forward ahead a little bit because we've taken care of everything we need to take care of, so let's just go ahead. Oh, yeah, I need to open that. Bump it up.
Happy to turn on the APU.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today.
Here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
Place your smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartment.
Turn on the APU.
If you need to
Starting the APU.
contact the flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also, review the safety instruction card in your seat pocket. If you are seated in an exit seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
As soon as it's ready, we will switch off of the ground power unit over to the APU, and we're almost ready to get out of here. should be any moment now. I think I'll just bring you back when it's ready. Okay.
Starting the APU.
Yeah, you already did that. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we are now on the APU. So, I think I did that because I said okay. Instead of just turn on the APU, I should have said okay earlier. But I digress. Alright, so if we go here, go to ground connections, we can go ahead and ground power, we can release. And we can, let's put on our brakes and remove the chocks. Alright. Let's go to our radios. We need to talk to somebody. Here we go. And
Hi, the passengers are seated.
great. Thanks. It'll be a long taxi.
Thanks. See you up there.
Indeed. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Can we pressurize the hydraulics?
Roger. You're clear to pressurize the hydraulics.
Before start procedure.
Are we cleared to pressurize?
Yes.
Okay.
So we should see our hydraulics all kick in, as which they are. And he is turning on the proper hydraulics, so we are getting ready to boogie. What else you got going on? Yep, getting our lights together. Look at those beautiful lighting effects on the ground from the wing. That is something else. Beacon lighting up the ground. Just gives you goosebumps, doesn't it? Alright. I'll bring you back as soon as he's done with his procedures. Okay, he's ready for the checklist, so let's go ahead and get this done. Before start, checklist to the line.
Before start checklist, to the line. Oxygen masks.
Set. Set.
Set. Altimeters.
3007 set.
Cross-checked. Fuel control switches.
Cut off. Cut off.
Parking brake.
Set.
Passenger signs.
On and on. On and on.
Briefing.
Stated.
Stated. Before start checklist to the line complete. Awaiting start.
Before start checklist below the line.
Below the line. Takeoff data. MCP.
Checked and set.
Demand pumps.
Augs and auto. Augs and auto.
Fuel load. Cross feeds and pumps.
Checked and set.
Packs.
2 and 3 off.
Trims.
Closed. I'm sorry. Wrong one. .9 units set. 4.9 units set, 0 and 0.
Doors.
Closed.
Beacon.
Both.
Transponder. TCAS.
Code check TARA. Code checked TARA traffic.
Before start checklist complete.
Alright, let's do this. And we want our nose right, tail left. Enjoy the show.
Ground to cockpit, ready for pushback. Locking the gear now. Bypass pin is inserted and the tug is connected. Ready to push at your discretion. Please release the parking brakes. Clear for engine start.
Engine start sequence is 4 and 3, then 2 and 1. Start 4 and 3. Start engine 4 and 3.
Starting 4 and 3.
Start engines 2 and 1.
Starting 2 and 1.
Pushback is complete. Then parking brakes will come back.
After start checklist. After start actions.
Roger.
My bad, I was a little early. Okay, I'll bring you back in just a second. After start checklist.
APU.
Off.
Demand pumps.
Auto. Auto.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Aft cargo heat.
On.
Packs.
Normal.
Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Ground equipment.
Cleared.
Cleared. ACMS QAR on. After start checklist complete.
Now normally I might break away for the taxi, but I wanted you all to see this to kind of see the effects of black marble. So we want to give them the benefit of that, or give you the benefit. Taxi lights are on. There he is waving. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Now get out of the way. And as soon as he does that, we will be ready to be on our way. But let's go ahead and get some of these warning lights off. She is looking beautiful, and those PBR materials, nice. I'm not sure why we're so delayed with the electric power for engine 4, but we're just going to go ahead and taxi and see if that works itself out in a couple of minutes. We'll see. Alright, they are cleared. Don't shoot me for this, because clearly I don't know how to deal with it. Alright, so turn off brakes. Clear on the left.
Clear right.
Okay, so we are beginning our taxi, and I am over on the side looking at our taxi route to go on runway 9, so I can follow it over here on my electronic flight bag. So pardon the silence. Okay, that's off. Now I'm just following the path. Now, as you can see, the lighting is now different for the airport. I think it's just a little more mellow. When I mean mellow, it's sometimes the hue is so big that it doesn't look realistic. But now the hue around the lights, I think, is much more palatable. The ground light, the green lights for the taxiing, I think that's a little bit dimmer, if you will, so that it looks more realistic. But it's definitively a change in the aesthetics of the lighting, and you're going to really appreciate it once we get up in the air. Okay, I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay, we are taxiing on our way, and by the way, oh, that's a hard turn. Pretend you didn't see this. My bad. By the way, I figured out how to make the electric light. Evidently, I just turned it off and turned it on again, and that took care of the warning. So, excellent. We learn something new every day. I just wanted to do it off screen so you didn't have to see me fumbling. Okay. So again, you can see the black marble lighting effects. Even in the distance, as you look at the light on the horizon, the city lights, it just looks more poignant. And when you fly over it, you're really going to see something different than you're normally accustomed to. So again, I am very happy with the purchase of the black marble. Okay, I will bring you back when we get to the runway. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist to the line.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Flaps.
10 green. I lie. Wait for it. 10 green.
Flight controls not checked. Stabilizer trim 6.0 units. Set. Departure, data, and clearance.
Confirmed, no flags. Confirmed, no flags.
Confirmed, no flags. Cabin, ready, holding at the line.
Runway entry procedure.
Check. I'm ready to go.
Before takeoff checklist below the line.
Below the line. Lights, strobes, on. Weather radar, terrain, set. Before takeoff checklist complete.
All right.
Check.
Takeoff.
Check. Power set. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5. Flaps 5. Green.
Flaps up. Flaps up. As you can see, the black marble is incredible. Or at least it is to me. Give you a little gander outside the window. Say bye, Miami. Okay, we're now going up in the clouds. Left autopilot in command.
Left autopilot command.
Okay, I have had that before, and what I think is this bad boy wants me to stay flying until 10,000 feet. There may be another error, but that just seems how I mitigate the issue, so we'll just have it flying. Alright, I will bring you back in a little bit. Okay, so we are back in near top of descent. Guess what? It's daytime. Hey, set flight level 24.
Are you sure?
Set flight level 24. I'm actually sure. As I said, we would be leaving Florida Miami and flying into the daytime since this is a dawn flight, although the weather is a little sketchy, but I think we'll be okay. So now that when we have our altitude set, we will descend.
Flight level 24 set checked.
Into Puerto Rico. So this is 2,400.
Checked.
At 200. And missed approach altitude is 2,000. Okay, previous page. Yes, we'll be doing flaps.
Checked. Checked.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via the ATC assigned star, compliant with all published speed and altitude restrictions. For an ILS approach, planning a flaps 30 landing. Final approach fixed altitude is 2400 feet. Decision altitude is 200 feet. Missed approach altitude is 2000 feet. We'll use auto brake level 3. Taxi route will be assigned as ATC. We'll be arriving at a gate. No APU required. We'll be using the GPU after shutdown. Descent speeds and navigation radios are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
In fact, let's say our little friendly announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we will begin our descent into our destination. Please return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are fastened.
Checked.
Descent approach checklist. Descent approach checklist.
Descent approach checklist to transition. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Safety altitude.
Checked.
Checked. Minima.
Set.
Set. VREF.
Set.
Set. Auto brakes. Auto brake level 2. Passenger signs. On and auto. Map integrity.
Set. Checked.
Checked. Holding at transition.
All right. So we will put this on our VREF. Everything else should be all right. So we are now descending to Puerto Rico. As a matter of fact, when we get to Bino, we should be bang on 11,000 feet, of which we seem to be on pace. Excelente. In fact, what I think I'll do is, just in case, export my display from the first officer side, so that I can see this off screen if I have to zoom in to keep my depth perception as we approach. Excellent. Okay. I think we have everything in order. So I will bring you back when we are closer to our approach. Altimeters transition set QNH. Okay, now I think I have it on the right setting. Altimeters set transition. Altimeters transition set QNH. I think we're gonna have to do this checklist again. Descent approach checklist.
Descent approach checklist to transition. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Safety altitude.
Checked.
Checked. Minima.
Set.
Set VREF.
Set.
Set auto brakes. Auto brake level 2. Passenger signs. On and auto. Map integrity.
Checked.
Checked. Holding at transition.
Altimeters transition set Q and H.
3007. Set. Cross-check passing. 15,200. Descending. 2,400.
Altimeters.
Last 5,000.
Airfield Q and H. 290. Airfield Q and H 3000. Set and cross check.
Descent approach checklist complete.
All right.
Checked.
Water looks amazing. And these cloud effects. Okay, Rex Skyforce. Way to go. Okay, I'll bring you back when we get towards our final.
Making a connection to another flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices, stow these devices, and all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright positions and check the security of your seatbelts. We will be landing shortly. Thank you.
Okay, we're picking up a little bit of turbulence here, but that's all right. At this particular altitude, we should be bang on at 6,000 feet. No, actually, we should be 6,000 or above. Got a little pause here. It should break in a second. There we go. Just don't mess with anything, I tell you. Alright, so we will, at Millet, we need to be at 6,000 feet or above. You see we're at 6,100, so we're starting to pick up. I raised the spoiler so that you don't have to use any excessive thrust, but we do have some turbulence here, so we'll be sure to drop out of these clouds in just a second so we can have a little bit smoother of an approach. I mean, you got to make your landing, you know, a little bit more interesting, right? All right, we see clearly the mainland for Puerto Rico, so this is going to be good. Should be a nice approach that you're going to get to see here. All right, so just scanning.
Flag slope alive.
Aha. Alright, so we should be descending very soon because we need to be at 6,000 or above here, so as soon as we pass that RV...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, but thanks for checking. Alright, yeah, we're set 2,400, which will start to descend as soon as we pass this waypoint. And as you can see off in the distance, there is our airpoint, which is Luis Muñoz Marin International Airport in Puerto Rico. And again, we'll be landing on runway 8. All right.
Check.
And we're starting our descent. Engines are going to idle. Set speed 210.
Speed 210. Set.
I'm going to go ahead and give it some spoiler, help it out. Let's take a closer look here. There we go. Flaps 1. Set speed 180.
Speed 180. Set.
Excellent. Looking good. Flaps 5.
Speed checked. Flaps 5.
That'll also assist in some drag. As soon as we start to turn, we will drop the landing gear. Flaps 10.
Speed checked. Flaps 10.
And as you can see, we're now getting on the glide slope. The localizer is active. Now we will raise our spoilers. We will arm
One to
spoilers.
Go. Flaps 10. Green.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Localizer is alive. Arm
Check.
localizer.
Localizer alive.
Arm approach. Excellent. Set speed 149. Flaps 20. Got a little bit of turbulence here, but that's okay. We can handle that. Set speed 149.
2500.
Radio altimeter alive. Speed 149er. Set 2500. Check.
Flaps 30. All right. Beautiful scenery, beautiful approach. Landing checklist. When did you change? Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Speed brakes. Runway.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Cabin ready. Missed approach altitude set. Flaps.
30 green.
Landing checklist complete.
As we are coming into Puerto Rico. Excellent. By the way, as I mentioned to you with black marble, I also have black marble bridges. So as you look at the approach, you should be able to see some actually well-defined bridges that have been put into the scenery that are better than what Orbx Global was providing. Okay, I have this zoomed in so you can't necessarily see the instruments, but I have it exported on my desktop. I mean, on another screen that's below the one that you see. So I am ready to let go and take command of the aircraft. All right, my aircraft, and we will land this bad boy. And the turbulence seems to be gone, so that's excellent.
1,000.
I don't know why this keeps changing. We already did the landing checklist, so we'll just say final. Alright, we're a little low, that's okay. And a little off to the... left, but I can give it some rudder, crab it to correct for that. Okay, we're spot on now. And now we're a little over to the right. That's okay. Cleared to land. Landing.
Check.
Spot on.
Checked.
Turning off auto throttle.
Checked.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Roll out.
Check.
Reversers, normal. Manual braking. Alright, we'll go ahead and mix here. And why don't we take this time to briefly take a look at that landing.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too
Ooh,
low,
those shadows
terrain.
look nice.
Too low. Terrain. 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 Too low. Terrain.
Okay, so I completely forgot, when you do a replay using a PMD, particularly a 747, the brakes overheat and the plane is going to stop wherever it is. So I had to just go ahead and slew it over to the gate, so I didn't have a chance to show you the taxi. So we're just going to go ahead and finish out. After landing checklist. After landing checklist.
After landing checklist. Fuel transfer main 1 and 4 off. Lights and strobes off. Weather radar off. Flaps up. Speed brakes down. Stabilizer trim 6 units. APU on. After landing checklist complete.
Okay, so now we can go ahead and request deboarding. And bring our jetway, confirm. There we go, it's coming. Here comes our baggage handlers. Excellent. So sorry about the taxi, but we finally made it into Puerto Rico. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll give you a little bit of the animations of them deboarding the aircraft. By the way, this is, if I remember correctly, this is I'll check it, but this is Aerosoft's Puerto Rico airport. The payware, very detailed, very nice. Does a little to the landscape.
And the aircraft is clear.
How are you complete? You just got started. Come on now. Alright. Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
What is it? A1000 and standby. A1000 and standby.
External APU power.
Let's go ahead. Established.
Demand pumps.
Off.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Passenger signs.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Beacon.
Off.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Excellent. So as they leave the aircraft and the plane deboards, I will thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the request. I hope you enjoyed it. All I can say is thank you for supporting the channel, everybody. And if you have a suggestion for a particular flight, I'd be happy to hear it, or something that you might want to see on the show. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the virtual skies.